Michael Burke. He reads the Beano. It's Russell Howard. And their team captain, Lee Mack. And facing them tonight, Dancing with the Stars, it's Anton Dubek. Propping up the bar, it's Danny Baker. And their team captain, David Mitchell. But first, ignore local planning permission and raise the roof for your host, Angus Deaton.
Good evening and welcome to Would I Lie to You, the show in which our guests are called upon to lie and deceive deliberately, despite none of them having the necessary political or journalistic training. In some ways, lies are like Take That. They come in all shapes and sizes, but like Take That, they can also come back and haunt us years later. And lying is the #1 reason that relationships fail. That and putting a delicate wool wash on at 60 degrees. And it has been known for suspected liars to have to prove their innocence by carrying a red-hot iron bar in their bare hands for 9 paces. But enough about round 2. Let's concentrate on our first round home truths, in which panellists read out a statement from the cards in front of them, and the opposing team seek to establish whether it's the truth or a filthy lie. As ever, they'd like me to point out they've no idea what's written on the cards at this moment, by which I think they mean don't blame them if they cock it up. Anton has been chosen as the first to boldly go.
I recently helped Bruce Forsyth hang a picture in his bathroom.
What was it a picture of?
It was a picture of everybody in this year's series of Strictly Come Dancing. All the contestants, all the pros, all the judges, and Bruce and Tess.
Did you do the adjustments and he was just stood behind going, hiya?
The producers of the show had this, and they asked me if I would drop it round. So I took it along, and I hung it in his bathroom for it. Then we popped off and had a round of golf.
What's Bruce Forsyth's bathroom actually like?
Well, quite large, really. I mean, it's not dissimilar to this area here. It's...
Well, Angus Deaton sitting on the toilet. The thing about all bathrooms, I mean, well, all the bathrooms I've been in, there's never usually a big space for a picture. There tends to be, like, lots of mirrors and cabinets. And I'm picturing Brucey having lots of cabinets full of lotions. Yeah. Particularly for the barnet, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So, just varnish.
I can't listen to this any longer. This is Bruce Forsyth you're talking about.
Whereabouts is the house? Just give us the rough area, we don't want to know the street or the number.
Well, it's over by Wentworth.
By Wentworth, is it?
The golf club.
Okay.
Is it tastefully furnished?
It's beautifully furnished.
Well, it bloody sounds tacky to me, what you've described so far. He's got a picture of himself in the bathroom going...
Lee's team?
What do you think, Michael?
Kill him! Turn into killing him.
It was straight.
Well, what do you think, Russell?
I think it's a lie.
I suspect it's a lie. Should we go for lie?
Yeah.
They're all unanimously saying lie, so Anton, reveal all.
Well, alas, it's a lie.
It is a lie.
There we go.
On fire. Yep, it is a lie. Anton did not help Bruce Forsyth hang a picture in his bathroom. Bruce only has one picture in his house, and that's a painting in the loft that remains youthful whilst Bruce gets older and older. So, Russell, your astounding fact, please.
I was Argos Nationwide Employee of the Year, 1997. A few people applauding.
Congratulations,
Russell.
And how long were you an employee of Argos?
I was there for 3 years.
How old were you at the time?
I was 17 in 1997.
Right.
What do you think you were particularly good at? Why do you think you won the award?
Just going, yes, I'll get that for you, and getting it.
You were national employee.
Apparently there was yeah.
So there must have been some sort of, with a rounds and a final. I mean, how did they analyse that your performance was so much better than your?
Do you know how they do it?
It was an Argos factor. Yeah. Simon Cowell going, you're rubbish!
What's sad about it is that each store puts forward their kind of young employee of the year, and then they have a mystery shopper come round, and you sort of know the time period they're going to arrive. So you're kind of on your toes, you know, making sure...
Again, just one customer. So were you at school for some of that
time? It was a college.
Yeah, oh, right, so it was like a part-time job? For
yeah.
Yeah. So the employee of the year was part-time. On the basis that he's not there long enough to do as many fuck-ups as anyone else. I have to say, the thing that I wasn't buying it at all, but the sending a mystery shopper around, that seems like quite a plausible system.
It seems plausible.
Yeah, but
you seem quite pleased with that yourself.
So you think it's a lie?
I'm suspecting it's a lie.
Well, I'm going to go with my team and say it's a lie.
It's a lie. OK, Russell?
It's a lie.
Yep, it's a lie. Russell did not win Argos Nationwide Employee of the Year 1997. Strangely, the one thing they don't sell in Argos is really short pens. Michael, you're next up.
I used to share a house with Sue Lawley.
All right.
What period of your career was this?
Oh, very early on.
Right. You were just housemates, you weren't in a relationship.
That's a rather intrusive question, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you don't have to answer it.
No,
I think the answer would interest people.
Well,
particularly if it's yes.
No, I need to clarify this. We were in the same house, but not in the same relationship.
Right.
Okay.
I was frightened to death of her, actually.
And were you the only two?
No, there were several other people.
Other newsreaders.
Trevor McDonald. Every time the chime went to 10 o'clock, they all looked up like that.
And where was this?
It was in Cardiff.
And the house number?
I can't remember, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Do you remember all your houses? I'm trying to be honest here.
I think the phrase "I'm trying to be honest" here could be overused in this game. So why were you and Sue Lawley both based in Cardiff?
We were both trainee reporters on the same newspaper.
Which newspaper?
It was the South Wales Echo.
Can I ask, if we produced Sue now, and we're not going to, and we said, what is the one big story that both of you would say, yeah, classic night? What would it have been?
No, actually, I seem to remember that somebody caught a sturgeon.
Well done.
Somebody caught a sturgeon in the Bristol Channel. Whoever it was gave it to the newspaper, and Sue cooked it for dinner at the house. And we all had a dinner party eating this sturgeon.
Well, why did you get it?
Well, we were working on the newspaper, you see, and whoever wanted publicity or so. I don't remember. It's a long time ago. Come on.
Well, it's sturgeon night. I mean, I remember the details of every sturgeon-based anecdote in my armoury. Yes.
I don't know. It was the door number thing that threw me, knowing this story might be in the offing.
Well, what do you think?
Well, I tell you, a year in a house with Sue Lawley and nothing went on.
You can't believe that?
I can't believe it, I'm afraid.
You think she'd have jumped him at some stage?
Yeah, I'm going.
So we think it's a lie.
They're saying it is a lie. Michael, time to come clean.
It's all true.
It's absolutely true.
Nice work.
Yes, it was true. Michael did once share a house with Sue Lawley. They used to sit down together to watch 9 o'clock news, and if there was a long pause at the top of the show, one of them would realise they were in the wrong place. And so, with all the vitality of a taxidermist display cabinet, we come to round 2, Ring of Truth. It's my job to furnish the panellists with some celebrity facts, and it's their job to establish whether or not those facts are true. First, those dreaded words. It's Alan Titchmarsh.
Oh, what a wonderful thing to be, a healthy, grown-up, busy bee. Toying with the tulips, tasting every type, building up the honeycomb that looks like tripe. I'd like to be a busy little bee, being just as busy as a bee can be. Flying all around the wild hedgerows, stinging Geoffrey Smith upon his parson's nose. Buzz, 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 honeybee, honey, buzz if you like, but don't sting me. Buzz, 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 honeybee, honey, buzz if you like, but don't sting me.
Is that a proper programme?
It was actually broadcast.
Yeah,
really?
For what? Well,
It was part of Shit Week.
So here is the related fact. Alan Titchmarsh's waxwork at Madame Tussauds gets kissed so often that it has to have the lipstick washed from its face twice a week.
yeah. But since Alan moved to Scotland, he can only get there once a week, so they don't have to do it anymore. I don't believe people rush up and kiss Alan Titchmarsh.